Every time I fire up a grill, I get excited because I know something good is coming off that grill pretty soon. Now, whether you use gas or charcoal, grilling is really a great way to bring out the best in food. And we'll help you bring out the best results from your grill with a few outdoor chef tips. Chicken, beef, pork, seafood, even vegetables and fruit all can be cooked to perfection outdoors on your grill. But to make that happen, you will need a few tools. First off, get yourself a good meat thermometer. You'll also need some grilling utensils like tongs, a spatula, a fork, some skewers, and a basting brush. You'll also need a grill cleaning brush, some sealable plastic bags for marinating, and some aluminum foil. You'll find a list of tools, ingredients, recipes, and some recommended cooking times in our printable instructions at Lowe's.com/videos. Now keep in mind these tips are just suggestions. Everybody has their own favorite way to grill, so feel free to do it your way. Now the first order of business is removing the old cooking residue from the grates. Now that sounds like common sense, but a lot of people don't do it. Just close the lid, put it on high heat, and let that residue burn off. Then clean the grates with a grill brush. Follow up by rubbing the grate with a clean rag soaked in cooking oil to help prevent sticking. Okay, let's start cooking. Now, chicken is a favorite on the grill because it can adapt to so many flavors, which makes it a great candidate for a marinade. Now, marinades combine herbs and spices with oil and an acid like lemon juice or vinegar or yogurt. Now, the acid actually tenderizes the meat. This is one of my favorite marinades. You want the recipe? You can find it in the printable instructions. Marinate the chicken in a plastic bag in the fridge or in an iced cooler for about 4 hours. Any longer, it can get mushy. And make sure you throw away the extra marinade since it's been in contact with raw chicken. Now, whatever type of meat you're cooking, it's best to bring it to room temperature before cooking. That's about 20 minutes for chicken. Set your grill on medium heat. Now, if you're cooking with charcoal, you can adjust the heat by banking the coals to one side. Also, opening the vents all the way will give you more heat. Now, for cooking chicken breasts like this, we're going to cook them about 10 minutes on the first side. Then we'll cook them about another 5 minutes after the flip. Cooking time will depend on the meat's weight and whether or not it's boneless. But the best way to figure out if it's done is to insert a digital meat thermometer in the thickest section, away from any bones. Cook it until the chicken reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees. Now, if you like barbecue sauce, put it on in just the last few minutes of cooking. Otherwise, the sugar in it will burn and char, and that's not good. Our chicken is done, so it's coming off the grill. Now we're going to cover the chicken loosely with aluminum foil, and we're going to let that set for about 5 minutes. That helps finish the cooking. Oh, and it makes it even juicier. Now, cooking pork is a lot like cooking chicken. Chops or tenderloins, same basic rules apply. Now, if you're cooking ribs, the rules are a little bit different. First, we're going to hit it with a little bit of salt, both sides. Then, we're going to put the meat on the grill on medium-high. We're going to sear the meat first to lock in the juices. We'll cook it just a few minutes each side until it's nicely brown. Now, to get ribs that pull off the bone, you want to think low and slow. You want to put them on the top cooking rack. Then set your grill to low. Then just let them cook until they reach 160 degrees. Now, this could take an hour or more. Just check them and turn them as necessary. Oh, and like chicken, only apply barbecue sauce in just the last few minutes. Now let's talk about burgers and steaks. Now, when making burgers, use about 4 to 8 ounces of meat and form it into half-inch thick patties. Don't overpack the meat. Grill them over medium heat for about 4 minutes on the first side and 3 minutes on the second side, again, depending on the size. Basically, until the meat isn't pink anymore inside, and burgers should always be cooked to medium. And don't forget the buns. About halfway through cooking, open up the buns and set them on the warming rack and leave them there until they're golden brown. Toasted buns top off a great burger. Now, for some people, grilling is all about steaks. For great steaks, nothing could be simpler. First, rub it with a sliced clove of garlic. Give it a light coat of oil. Then just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and you're good to go. Cook the steaks for about 3 to 4 minutes per inch of thickness on the first side. Then flip them using tongs and cook them for about another 2 minutes on the other side. If you like your steaks well done rather than medium rare, read the printable instructions at Lowe's.com/videos. And by the way, never use a fork to flip the steaks. The puncture holes let the juices escape. That's not good. And again, they're even better if you let them rest for about 5 minutes before serving. And then there's seafood. Always great on the grill. Just be sure you put a light coat of oil on your fish and your grill to help keep it from sticking. Another great way to keep delicate fish from sticking is by using a grill basket. The grill basket holds the fish in place as it cooks and helps keep it from falling apart. Now, cooking times vary, but basically on medium heat, about 10 minutes per inch of thickness. 5 to 7 minutes first side, 3 to 5 minutes second side. And you know it's done when it flakes with a fork. Oh, and here's a great tip. Another way to cook seafood is by using a grilling plank. It really adds a special flavor. For more information, see the printable instructions. Okay, now let's talk about grilling vegetables. It gives them a great smoky flavor. And you can grill just about anything. Just keep smaller vegetables like mushrooms whole and slice larger ones like peppers or onions into wedges. Just toss the vegetables in a little bit of olive oil and then sprinkle them with any of your favorite seasonings. They can be cooked directly on the grill or put them on skewers or put them in a grill basket. On medium-high heat, you want to sear the vegetables but avoid overcooking. You just want to get those nice grill marks on both sides. Get them tender but not mushy. Toss them all back in a bowl and you're ready to serve. And don't forget dessert. That's right, you can grill fruit too. It caramelizes the natural sugars, makes it sweeter and more delicious. Peaches, pineapples, pears, they're all good choices. Just slice them into larger pieces or halves, brush them a little bit of light oil, and put them on the grill. Nothing to it. Cook them on low to medium-low heat, just until they start to caramelize. That should take about 3 to 5 minutes. Now, don't leave them on too long because the fruit sugar can burn. Add a scoop of ice cream, and you've got good eating. Oh, now that's nice. So now you've got some basic grilling techniques to get you started cooking in style. If you want to see more grilling videos, check them out at Lowe's.com/videos. Oh, that's good.